Namaste, everybody. Welcome to BODHI. I'm Tamal. This is Hallie. We're going to do an hour vinyasa practice. We're going to begin laying on your back. Yep, with the soles of the feet together, knees dropped open for Supta Baddha Konasana. We'll take your left hand to your heart, the right hand to your belly, and close your eyes. Usually when we start on the back, people go, oh, this is going to be so awesome. We're starting in Shavasana. Maybe we'll have some restorative, but it's usually a little bit of a sneak attack. However, before we get into all that, let's just bring our attention to your inhales and your exhales, the Paraka Rajaka. And look to iron out any inconsistencies. Find your natural pulse. And as we set the tone for our practice by engaging our breath in a manner that is almost like a metronome. We can start to formulate a clear picture, an intention for what we want to accomplish, what we want to work with or work on, work through. No surprises. And from there, we take a big inhale through your nose, and let's hold your breath at the very top. Out of the mouth. Again, inhale deeply through the nose, holding at the peak. Let it go. Go back to breathing through the nose. Make your breath sound like you're fogging a mirror with your mouth shut. Finding the audible ujjayi. Let's blink your eyes open, close your knees, and hug them in with the arms. And let's start to circle your knees in one direction, just so we're massaging the lower back, easing in without rushing. And we circle your knees in the opposing direction, just so we're reversing the flow. When we come to center, keep your knees into your chest, cactus your arms out to the sides, lift your feet up the level of your knees, and get your knees directly over the hips. Now look to your right, and drop both knees to the left. And just so that you really feel the twist, try pulling your right shin bone more to the left. When we switch sides, bring the knees back up and then over to the right, look to the left. We're trying to take that top leg, the left shin, more to the right. You come back to center, keep the knees into the chest, reach your arms forward, palms will face down. Head and shoulders lift, knees over the hips, feet the height of the knees. Now, as your arms pulse, your head and shoulders go with it. Doesn't have to be super fast. You can find a rhythm or a pace that's going to suit your energy level or your mood. Hallie's going to keep going. I'm going to go downstairs, get some sun. I'll come back in like 20. Hold a crunch, shoulders are lifted. Now I want you to extend your right leg straight out 2 inches from the ground. Get your fingers to touch behind your left leg. Perfect. Hold. Special little treat for you, Hallie. We switch sides. Left leg extends, our arms hula hoop the right leg. We switch sides, this time straighten the left leg to the sky. Just giving a little extra something. We switch sides, right leg kicks the sky. Hug your knees to your chest. Set your feet on the floor, heels to your butt. Take your fingertips and cup the sides of your head, or you can interlace your fingers behind your head. The elbows are nice and wide. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, crunch, but lift your head straight up, and then at the last second, do a little round. So it's a up and then around. Yep. Otherwise, you could just do the head bob. Like you've ever seen like 8-year-old kids do PE. It's like, we'll hold a crunch. Shoulders are lifted. Lift your feet up the level of the knees again. Elbows and knees touch. Then inhale, extend your legs straight out 6 inches from the ground. Exhale, elbows and knees touch. Open and close on your own. You may be doing what Hallie is doing right now, is shaking your head at me like, why, man? Why? With me, with your legs extended straight out, a few inches from the ground. Reach your arms straight back, palms face each other for 5, 4, oh yeah, let it burn for 3, 2, 1, hug your knees to your chest. Point your legs up to the ceiling. Cross one ankle over the other. Interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows are wide. Now as you crunch, your butt lifts an inch or two as well. So as the crunch, the bottom lifts. This one will get you. Keep doing your crunches, cross your ankles the other way. If you ever seen that movie, Something About Mary, he's like, 8-minute abs. These are like 5-minute abs. Hold a crunch. Reach your arms forward, palms face each other. Keep your legs crossed, lower them till they're about 4, maybe 6 inches from the ground. Curl your toes and switch the crossing of your legs. Then switch and switch and switch, just for 10 seconds right here. Hug your knees to your chest. Oh. Let's point your legs back up to the sky. Open your legs hips width apart. Dorsiflex the feet. Hands come to the sides of the head. Head and shoulders lift a little bit. Now, right hand touches left toes, left hand touches right toes, side to side on your own. We breathe. Keep going side to side. Open your legs 6 inches wider. Open them 6 inches wider. Open them as wide as they'll go. What is going on here? I know. Hug your knees to your chest. So keep your knees into your chest. Reach your arms up to the sky. Now get your knees over the hips, the feet the height of the knees. Your left hand is going to hold onto your right shoulder. Now, lift your head and shoulders just a little bit. As you crunch, you're going to lift your head and shoulders as high as they'll go. You're going to reach up and then a little bit to the left with that right arm. So up and then a little to the left. Yep, just like that. Up and to the left. Get into your obliques. This one will really get you. It's so deceiving. I just discovered this one recently. I was like, oh, that's hard. I'll never do that again, but I'll teach it 1,000 more times. And then switch sides. Keep the momentum. Hallie walked in here. I was like, can you get my obliques today? And then hug your knees to your chest. Almost there. Point your legs straight up to the sky. Reach your arms forward, palms face each other, head and shoulders lift. Lower the left leg 2 inches from the ground. Now the movement's only in the right leg, so the right leg lowers and touches the left big toe, the right leg lifts. Again, the right leg lowers, the right leg lifts, up and down on your own. It's probably the hardest one yet. Switch sides, the left leg's gonna lower and lift. Hug your knees to your chest. Ouchie. Extend your legs straight out on the ground. We haven't done this one in a while. I want you to roll onto your right side. And then extend your right arm out to the right, palm face down. Okay? Your legs are going to stack like they are, but a little bit towards the right as well, just at an angle. So slide your legs a little bit that way. Now, I want you to reach your left arm that way behind you, overhead. Now lift your legs up 6 inches off the ground. When you're ready, you're going to lift your head up and you're going to try to touch the outer left ankle, just like that. You may have to lift your legs in order to touch the ankle. There's all kinds of obliques. That's it, Hallie. Then you go, maybe this is the hardest one yet. We're trying to find that out today. And release. Let's go to the other side. You're going to roll onto your left side. Stack the right side on top of the left. Take your legs a little bit to the left. Glue your left palm onto the floor. Reach your right arm over your head, so back. Lift your legs up 6 inches. Now when you're ready, you're going to try to take your right hand and touch the outer right ankle. Even if you need to lift the legs simultaneously, that helps you get that beautiful oblique crunching action. I think it's a beautiful oblique crunching action. And release. Lay on your back. Set your feet on the floor, heels to your butt. Plant the palms. Let's lift the hips. Interlace the fingers underneath the back. Tuck the upper arm bones underneath you. Your tailbone scoops forward. Your inner thighs roll down. Should feel really good after all that core work, just stretching out the midline. Take a big inhale, lift a little more, then exhale, come on down, hug the knees to the chest. So you're gonna rock up and down until you get enough momentum that you're at seated, and then bypass seated and find your way to down dog. So if you wanna pop into it, shuffle into it, handstand into it, very slowly get up, drink some water, stall, and then get into it, all those are good. But once you're in down dog, your legs should be hips width apart, heels disappear behind the toes. Arms are shoulder width apart, fingers point forward, the hands spread wide. The forearms lift, the upper outer arms wrap down and around. Take the belly and kind of vacuum it in, and then press the hips and the thigh bones back. Let's drift to plank, top of a push-up. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Let the index fingers glide forward, so the whole inner palm is rooted down. The forearms, the radius and ulna is going to turn slightly inward, while the upper part of your arm, the humerus, wraps back. The belly goes in, so there's some bracing. The tailbone scoops towards the inner thighs, so your frontal hip points, those two little bony bones in the front of your body, move up towards your chest. But then notice if you're rounding in your upper back. Draw your heart forward. Keep the thigh bones pressing into the hamstrings. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, downward facing dog. It's core day, everybody. Core day. Let's drift to plank. Pause. So we want to keep your hips the height of the shoulders, but we want to lower your knees so they hover an inch above the ground. Now, take your tailbone and scoop it towards your inner knees. There's almost like a mild cat pose for your lower back. That should lift the low belly and it should turn it on. If you shake a little bit, that's natural. Sometimes I just shake at the thought of doing it. Take a big inhale, then exhale, downward facing dog. One more to go. Let's drift to plank, top of a push-up. Let's go to your forearms, Ardha Falakasana. So instead of interlacing your fingers together, I want you to karate chop the outer edges of your hands into the floor like you're framing an invisible block. Then notice if your hands are close and your elbows are wide, do the opposite. Elbows closer, maybe the hands a little wider. The belly is going in, the tailbone scoops towards the inner thighs, the chest draws forward. You can always do this from your knees. One hand at a time, come back to plank, then back to downward facing dog. I say we do some vinyasas to stretch out your core. On an inhale, let's drift to plank. As you exhale, lean way out, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, maybe up dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more, just breath cues. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. So let's lift your right leg up to the sky. Square your hips. Dorsiflex your right toes so that you notice that Hallie's toes are pointing towards the floor and not back. That's going to engage the front of the right shin, and then you're going to spin the right inner thigh to the sky. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the right knee to the nose, shoulders are over the wrist. Round in your upper back. Then inhale, extend the leg back. Again, knee to nose. Then extend it back on your own, flow freely. Let's meet with the knee at the nose. Shoulders are over the wrists. Without lifting your palms, step your foot between the hands. Stay on the ball of the back foot, climb onto your fingertips. Start to steer your hips forward. Fire up the back leg. Press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. Pull back through the inner left heel. Then you reach your arms back. Palms can face each other or they'll face the floor. Take your shoulder blades and crawl them down the back towards the sit bones. Notice if you're lifting your head and you're straining in the cervical spine. I want you to tuck your chin in, lead with the crown of the head forward so you can lift the base of your skull. It's called the occiput off the C1, and you start to stretch the suboccipitals out a bit. Now remember, we are putting some emphasis on core and different poses today, not just the abs in the beginning. So let's reach your arms forward. We have to take the front ribs in. We have to brace a little bit. Help support the trunk. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back to plank and let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Then inhale, extend it back. Knee to nose. Reach it back on your own. So it doesn't have to be fast. You can find a moderate pace, just as long as we're really focusing on the structure and the quality of it. You want to keep your arms straight and strong as you're drifting forward and moving back. Every time the knee comes in, we also start to puff up that space right between our shoulder blades, finding that cat shape. We'll meet with the knee at the nose. Step it through. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Climb onto the fingers. Steer the hips forward. Reach the arms back. So we fire up the right leg. We find a sense of cobra in the chest. Instead of looking up and straining the neck, we tuck the chin in. Then we add on. We reach the arms forward, bringing a little extra heat into the practice. Be mindful of getting those arms straighter. We don't want them bent. And then we lift the biceps in line with the cheekbones, not up to the ears, it's too far. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a big inhale through your nose and hold your breath at the top, a kumbhaka retention. And then out of your mouth. Let's come up high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, exhale, step or hop. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise to the top. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold your body forward. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll casually run through a few rounds of these, and then we'll take some more detours. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glancing out. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come up high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. This one on your own. Once you finish, we'll all meet in downward facing dog, regrouping there. Add or take out whatever you like. From downward facing dog, let's step your feet together. Let's drift to plank. Kick both heels to the right. Send your left arm up to the sky. Now, if this is too much, you can always take your left foot and slide it to the left and stagger them off on the floor. That helps a lot. Otherwise, Hallie's going to take her left hand to her left hip. She's going to let her right hip get about 4 or 6 inches closer to the floor. Then she's going to lift the right hip up 8 inches. Lower it 4 or 6 inches, lift it 8 inches. So we lower a little, but then we lift higher. Yeah. Let's meet with the right hip lifted. Reach your left arm up. We're not out of the woods yet. So now we're going to take your left arm under your right armpit and angle your chest towards the floor a little bit. And then reach the left arm back up, open the chest. Under the right armpit, angle the chest to the floor, then reach your arm up, open the chest on your own. All the fun stuff. Let's meet reaching the left arm up. Left hand comes down to plank, top of a push-up. Switch sides, kick both heels to the left, send your right arm up. If you need to stagger your legs off, that makes it easier. We'll take the right hand to the right hip, lower the hips 4 to 6 inches, then lift it 8 inches. On your own, up and down. Every time you do the lift, try to firm the side body. Let's meet with the hip lifted. Let's reach the right arm up. Right arm goes under the left armpit. We angle our chest to the floor, then we reach the right arm up. Again, on your own. You know how this goes. It's all like deja vu. You're like, I don't want to relive this over and over again. Let's meet reaching the right arm up. Right hand comes down, top of a push-up, pause and plank. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring the right knee to your right elbow. Shoulders are over the wrists. Then inhale, extend the leg back. Again, right knee to right elbow. Extend it back on your own. Let's meet with the right knee at the right elbow, shoulders over wrists, knee to nose, step it through. Stay on the ball of the back foot, come up crescent pose, reach to the sky. So we'll take the right hand to the front of your pelvis and the left hand to your sacrum. Soften your back leg. And when your back leg is slackened, you can really create the posterior tilt. You're going to manually scoop the tailbone under and let the frontal hip points lift. Keep that. Reach your arms back up to the sky. Get the arms straighter, so the skin of the side body gets longer, and the skin of the shoulders should get softer. They descend. Notice if your front ribs are jetting way out and you're dumping in the mid-spine, take them in a little bit so the back ribs can lift up away from your kidneys. Take your hands at prayer. Lean forward. Warrior 3. Back foot kicks up. Stabilize. Get heavy in the right big toe. Microscopic bend in your right leg. Fire up the quads and try stamping your left heel on the back wall. Then spin the left inner thigh up to the sky. Don't forget to breathe, breathe, breathe. And because we're trying to amp it up a little bit, last couple breaths, reach your arms forward. Oh, goodness. Here we are. Bend the right leg a lot. Think crescent, step way back. Inhale, reach to the sky. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale to left elbow, shoulders over wrists. Then inhale, extend it back on your own. Now, really, the way we find the pace that we should be running is according to your own individualized lung capacity, how fast or how slow you're breathing. You're trying to match that with your actions. More often than not, we take a group class and we're just trying to keep up and match everyone that's next to us when it's an individualized practice in a group experience. Let's meet with the left knee at the left elbow. Knee to nose. Step it through. Crescent. Come all the way up. So, left hand to the front of the pelvis, right hand on the sacrum, soften the back leg, and manually create the posterior tilt. Keep that, reach your arms back up to the sky. Think about hugging your left upper leg bone, the femoral head, back a little bit. That's going to help steer the hips forward. Then the front ribs go in, the arms get straighter, the chin tucks in a little more, the face gets softer. We don't want our face to be all scrunched up like, oh man, I just clicked onto this video and it's all about core work. Take your hands at prayer, lean forward, warrior 3, back foot comes up, heavy in the left big toe, straighten out the right leg, square the hips, the right hip rolls down, the right inner thigh works up. And the arms reach forward. Get those arms straighter. Bend the left leg a lot. Crescent pose, step way back. Inhale, reach to the sky. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's get out of there. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take an inhale through your nose, and we'll hold your breath at the very top. When we hold our breath in yoga, it's a kumbhaka, a retention. It builds all the stress in our body to the surface. And then out of your mouth. Come up high on the toes. Bend the knees. Look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glancing out. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, chair pose. Sit low, reach high, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar B, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, folds. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're adding an extra step today. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, right knee under and across to the left elbow. Then inhale, extend it back. Again, to the left elbow. Extend it back. You know how this goes, 30 seconds. Repetition. Let's meet with the leg extended back. Lunge the right foot between the hands. Back heel turns down. Let's inhale, rise warrior one, and hold. So obviously this is more eclectic variation of BC here. It's not traditional. We line up front heel to back heel, but if you're having trouble balancing and also getting your hips to square forward, you can always walk your right foot more to the right. The left inner thigh is going to rotate back. That's going to secure the left femoral head in the hip socket. Always the tail is going to go under so we're not dumping in the lumbar. We take the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, anchor the hands down, inhale, lift the chest, then exhale, fold your body to the inside of the right leg. Pull your interlaced hands towards the sky. I like to push the right shoulder and the right ribs against the inside of the right leg, and that's going to help not only square the hips forward, but it prevents the right knee from knocking inward and putting some strain on the MCL. Let's inhale, come all the way up to warrior one, reach to the sky. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back, let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, right elbow under and across. Then inhale, extend it back on your own. You know, as the class progresses, we want to make sure that we're not following fatigue, chasing fatigue. If you feel like you're getting tired, try to look for quality and remind yourself to inhale, exhale, Paraka Rajaka, and you can always slow it down. Let's meet with the leg extended back, lunge the foot between the hands, back heel down, let's rise warrior one. So we take the arms behind the back, we interlace the fingers the opposite way. So it's the same kind of interlace, but with the opposite pinky, opposite thumb on top. Anchor the hands down. Inhale, lift the chest. Then exhale, fold the body. Something else that happens here is the right shoulder will tend to be higher than the left. So you want to roll the right shoulder down so your chest, your torso squares to the floor. Let's inhale, come back up, warrior one, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back and let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath at the top. Out of the mouth. Child's pose. Lower your knees to the floor. Sit on the heels, forehead to the earth. Catch your breath. Taking these moments to settle in. Extend your arms forward. Tuck your toes, lift the knees, find downward facing dog. Let's come up high on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, exhale, walk, step, or float to the front. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. So we're going to sit your butt a little bit deeper until your butt hits the floor and your feet come up, and we're in Boat Navasana. This is where you're like, you got to be kidding me. We're doing even more core work. Yep. So inner thighs spin down, chest lifts. On an inhale, lower your whole body 2 inches from the ground, straighten the legs. Exhale, come back up, bend the knees to the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, shut on your own, just for 20 seconds. Tomorrow morning when you wake up and you try to sit up out of bed, but it just won't happen, you'll be happy you did this class. It's like, oh. Let's meet extended out legs hovering a few inches. Point your right leg to the sky. Now, reach your arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers together except for your index. Take your arms to the outside of the right leg. Breathe. Just keep it there. Switch sides. Left leg up, arms to the outside of the left leg. And then switch sides. And switch, and switch, and switch on your own. I don't know how I feel about this. Hallie keeps pointing her fingers at me. Hug your knees to your chest. So keep your knees into your chest. Reach your arms up to the sky. I want you to do an extension of the wrist. So it's like you're holding the ceiling up. Lift your head and shoulders. Stuff your knees into your armpits. So you're basically in crane or crow pose on your back. Now on an inhale, extend your legs straight out 2 inches from the ground, reach your arms back, then exhale, go back to crow pose. Then inhale, open, then exhale, crow pose. Back and forth on your own. I know. A few more. Hallie's slowly scooting herself out of the class. Hug your knees to your chest. Oh. Got one more. Uno más. Point your legs up to the sky. Slide your hands underneath your butt, palms face down. Head and shoulders lift. Lower both legs 6 inches from the floor. Dorsiflex the feet. Now the legs should be about 6 inches, not too close to the ground. Let your right heel touch the floor. Lift it 6 inches. Left heel touches the floor. Lift it 6 inches. Little flutters. We breathe. Hug your knees to your chest. Oh. Let's hold on to the hamstrings. We're going to rock up and down until you get enough momentum that you either go straight into chair or you can use your hands to help you get into chair. You might need your hands at this point. Once you're in chair pose, we take the hands at prayer in front of the heart. Hook your left elbow to the outside of the right knee, twist. Get the elbows stacked. When the elbows stack, you can use more weight or more pressure of the right hand driving down into the left so your thumbs get closer to the heart center of the sternum. Hide the right hip, pull the left shin bone back. Now, look down, pin your inner knees together, glue them. Put the weight in the right foot, lift the left foot up. Now step your left foot way back for twisting crescent. Beautiful. We breathe. If you want to open your arms or wrap it up, those are all options. The left leg should be fired up. You want to press the left thigh bone into the hamstring and pull back through the inner left heel. So the left leg straight. And just so we're cooking those legs some more, I want you to think crescent and inhale, come all the way up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Pause, standing splits, left leg goes up. Walk your hands towards the right leg, get nice and close, but then slide the right hand to the right, slide the left hand to the left so your arms are wide. Cup the floor with the fingers, and then dip your chest, your sternum towards the right shin bone. That'll naturally lift the left leg more. Take an inhale, lift the left leg more. Exhale, set it next to right feet together. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. Pause. Take your hands at prayer. Hook your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Get the elbows stacked. Pull the right shin bone back. Hide the left hip. Get long through the sides of the waist, long through the sides of the neck. Now, we're going to glue the inner knees together. Put the weight in the left foot, lift the right foot up. Set the right foot way back, twisting crescent. We're in it. open your arms up or wrap it up, this is the nice time to do it. We'll think crescent. Inhale, come all the way up, reach to the sky. Then exhale, hands come down, standing splits, right leg goes up. Walk your hands towards the left leg, get close, slide the left hand to the left, slide the right hand to the right, cup the floor with the fingers, dip your chest, your sternum to the left shin bone. You want to make sure the hips are squared, the right inner thigh is lifting up. Because it's not really about how deep or how large the pose, it's more about the structural integrity of the pose. And yoga is all about rewiring our muscle memory of how to hold our skeleton in each position without overcompensating or straining. Inhale, lift the right leg more. Exhale, set it next to the left. Feet together. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold, squat down your tiptoes. Let's do crow pose. Feet together, knees wide. Wedge your triceps on the shins. Plant the palms. Lift your butt. Lean forward. Chaturanga the arms. One or both feet lift. Think cat pose in your upper back. Step back, shoot back, float back. After you've taken the vinyasa, we will all meet in downward facing dog. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. Hold your breath at the top. Out of the mouth. Let's lift your right leg up. Lunge the right foot forward. Drop the left knee. Release your left toes. Scoot the left leg back. Pigeon pose. Walk your right foot to your left hand. Drop the right knee to right hand. You can go to your forearms. Lie all the way into it. If you need a towel or some kind of bolster or prop underneath your right hamstring, it's always a nice option to square the hips. We'll be here for a good minute. Coming down the mountain, guys. No more abs. Let's come onto your hands. Tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee. Let's find downward facing dog. Let's lift the left leg up. Lunge your left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee, release your right toes, scoot the right leg back. Find pigeon pose. Your version, props, no props, it's up to you. Let's come onto your hands, tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee, find downward facing dog. And let's lower your knees to the floor. Cross one ankle over the other. Sit behind your feet, swoop your legs through to the front. Extend your legs straight out in front of you, grab a hold of your butt, move your glutes out of the way. Move the bottoms of your thighs out of the way. Inhale, reach your arms up, sit up tall, then exhale, hinge it and fold forward, Paschimottanasana. You can always use a shirt to loop around your feet, which is like an extension pole for your arms if you're having trouble touching the toes. Or if you want, you can always place the hands in the shins. Try to dorsiflex the feet so the toes point up. Engage the quads. Let the thigh bones press down, the heart pull forward. And from here you can sit up. Let's scoot forward and let's lay on your back. Once you're on your back, bend your knees, set your feet on the floor, heels to the butt, plant the palms, lift the hips, bridge pose. You can interlace your fingers underneath the back, tuck the upper arm bones underneath you. If you want a deeper back bend, you can take upward bow Urdhva Dhanurasana as an alternate. Take an inhale, lift a little more, then exhale, come on down. Hug your knees to your chest. Let's release the left leg out, only hug the right knee in. Send your right arm out to the right, look to the right, twist the right knee across the body to the left. Maybe pick your left hip up and scoot it to the right a little bit more. And breathe. Hug the right knee back into your chest. Release it next to left. Hug the left knee into your chest. Send your left arm out to the left. Look to the left. Twist the left knee to the right. Hug the left knee into your chest. Hug both knees into your chest. Place your forehead onto your knees. Take a very big inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze everything, all tension, all stress into one tight little ball. And let it all go. Sprawl open. Shavasana. You've arrived. And taking these moments in your practice to decompress. Transitioning away from all the physicality. Pulling yourself away from life in general. So we become this open vessel, this open book ready to receive. Rest. Namaste, Saraswati Deva, Gauravani Prachadane, Nirvasesha, Sunyavare, Vaskachari Siddharine, Yadam Srimate Kachi, Yani Devi Rasi, Vibhavdaye Putite Namando, Radha Krishna Para Kamala Devi, Jaya Jaya Namo Namo, Bhajashri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasudeva Gupta Vrindam, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Raghupati Raghava Rajaram, Patita Pavana Sitaram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Together, take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring movement back to the body. And with your eyes still shut, roll over to whatever side you like. And with your eyes still closed, let's come up to seated. Sit up tall, take your hands at prayer in front of your heart. Follow your breath. This world is filled with so much chaos, quarrel, and confusion. So in yoga, they encourage us to find clarity, perspective. They don't tell us to go watch a documentary, go to a university and read a book on economics or politics. They don't tell us to go get a new job, go get a nice car or a house, find a new relationship. They encourage us to go and explore the subject matters of the soul. Transcendental, non-material. And it starts with just asking simple, fundamental questions of who am I? What is my purpose? Why do I exist? Why are the things the way they are? Is there anything more than this? They say that starts the journey of the soul, that starts the spiritual path, the road to true clarity and peace. Something to think about, food for thought. Take a big inhale. Hold your breath. Let it go. Namaste.